In this video, I'm going to show you how to get to 1K a day with Amazon, and I'm going to keep this video as structured as possible so that you waste no time, because this isn't incredibly hard. So I want to go through it as quick and as fast as possible to not waste any of your time. And what you're seeing here is this $38,000 sales. It was my first 1K a day month with Amazon, which was about 1 year after I started. And during this time, I was spending my time traveling abroad in Europe, in Italy specifically, because Amazon's luxury of doing the business fully remote. So I'm gonna break it down step by step on how to get to that 1K a day. And we're gonna use this document to go through it. And by the end of it, you're gonna feel comfortable to go from 0 to 1K a day, which is 30K a month with Amazon, right? So first things first, let's talk about sourcing, which is the most important part when it comes to selling on Amazon. I don't care what you see online, all right? So everything starts here. If you can't find profitable products, you can't scale to 1K a day. This is a fact. This is how you get from 0 to 1K a day and 1K to 5K a day. There's no other way to go around this. And I'm gonna show you a product in a second that basically breaks that down, okay? Now, second, focus on data over gut feeling. Use tools like SellerAmp and Keepa. These two tools are literally 20 bucks a month each, which is 40 bucks a month. That can result you in making 10, 20, 30K a month in revenue, which is, thousands of dollars in profit, all by spending $40 a month on softwares. They tell you everything you need to know about the product. And I'm going to show you that on this Amazon listing here in a second. But literally the competition, how many times it sells, what the price is, all of the history in the product is all right there. Okay. Also, look for low return rate products. This is one of my big hacks when I first started selling on Amazon, because I didn't sell any products that I had a lot of returns on, right? If you sell clothing or shoes, you're basically dead. You're not gonna have a profit in the business if you're always getting returns every single month. Never mind in December and November, your returns are gonna be ridiculous. So I always sold products that were groceries, pet food, supplements, personal care, healthcare, and the return rate is like 1%. And even to this day in my business, doing $1 million a year, my return rate is 1%, okay? Also, don't chase trends, just follow the data. So this is a big misconception, and probably very different than what it is with dropshipping, is that you don't have to actually chase trends like Talanova cream or ashwagandha. Like, you don't have to follow that kind of stuff when it comes to Amazon. That's why it's pretty much a business for anybody. You literally look at this chart, keep it here, and you decide, okay, wow, it sells 100 times a month or 200 times a month with good competition. I can go on this listing and sell 50 units a month myself. So it's just about reading the data. It's not about chasing the trends or the next hot product for the next 5 months. All right, we're not buying AI here when buying on Amazon and selling. All right. Now, think of sourcing like building a stock portfolio. Literally, you're collecting SKUs that pay you every month. So I literally look at my portfolio, my catalog, you can call it in Amazon, as a stock portfolio. You have some stocks that are winners, some that are not as good as winners. Over time, you want to build up a better and better catalog of winners. And if one stock does bad, well, guess what? You have 90 other good products or 90 other good stocks that are going to perform well for you, okay? And I want to show you that to you guys here in an actual Amazon listing and a breakdown. So this software here on the right, this is the one that I said called SellerAmp. And this one here at the bottom is called Keepa. Now I know it looks like a lot of data, but it's pretty easy to break down. So this is going to tell me all the profit that I need to know about this product, where if I would buy it for, let's say $20, I would make 26% ROI and $5 profit. If I bought it for $18, I would make 40% ROI and $7 profit. And of course, it's very important to note, like, how over the course of the month, how much money could you make on this specific product? If you sold 100 units, you'd make $726. If you sold 50 units, you'd make $363, which is $1,900 in profit. Pretty good. If you add about five of these products to your catalog, you're living pretty well for yourself. Okay. Now, this other software, Keepa, which might look a little bit confusing and hectic, it's actually very easy to read. What you're looking at here is the price on the top chart of what the product is selling at what price over the course of these last 3 months. But you can open up the chart all the way to a year and all the way to 3,000 days, which you don't need it that long, but you could if you want. And it tells you all the data you need to know of what that product was selling at what time and what price. All right, very simple on the top chart. The middle chart is just telling you how much demand there is, how much volume. It shows 50 sales per month, 100 sales per month, 50 sales per month, 100 sales per month, and it goes up and down when the volume goes down. But it tells you literally how many units you should buy, basically, because if you know that you can compete with 3 other sellers on this listing, which are down here at the bottom of this other software, and you know that like 3 or 4 sellers are priced competitively, well, you can make a pretty good buying decision on how many units you can actually sell as a seller, okay? Then once you test buy and you try it out, see how it works, then you could buy more inventory or a little bit less while you're also looking for new products, all right? Now, this last chart tells me the seller count, which is the other competition on the listing. It's going to go up and down as different sellers come in stock and then sell out of their stock. Right now it's at 20 sellers. Back in beginning of 3 months, it was at 15 sellers, and it goes up and down when sellers sell out. Obviously, we want the competition to between like 10 or 15 sellers, maybe 20 is okay, but we don't want it at 40 or 50 or 100 because then we're just not going to win on this opportunity, okay? But now the goal is to go find a supplier or a source site where you can buy enough units to actually make some money on. And specifically, this listing is also going to tell me right here on Amazon that it sells 50 times a month. So you know, okay, if I buy this product for $18, sell it for $37, and I sell this product, let's say 25 times a month, which maybe you're going to sell it 20 or 30, who knows? You kind of have to test it out. You're going to make $181 in profit, $1,000 a month in sales. It isn't the best product of all time, but it shows you the proof of concept, all right? Let's go back into the sourcing side of things, all right? Now, fulfillment. Now that we have sourcing kind of an ideology and how things work, we have to talk about fulfillment, because if you want to travel or do Amazon remote, you have to kind of get your hands off of the product, or else you're going to turn into a warehouse, okay? So you can't hit 1K a day. If you're still packaging, you can, if you're still packaging in your garage, but I don't recommend it. So when I first started selling on Amazon, I was doing all of the prep myself in my parents' home, and it was a little bit chaotic because I was shipping boxes to a home and whatnot. And it's totally possible, right? You can scale to 0 to 50K a month just with prepping products yourself. But once you scale, you have to use this, which is called a prep center. So they handle this prep centers where you just ship the product from your supplier when you buy it from them to this prep center, which the supplier could be any basic retailer like Walgreens, like, PetSmart, CVS, whatever it may be. You ship it from the supplier once you find a profitable price to the prep center. They receive the product, they will label it, then they ship it off to Amazon's fulfillment center. That's where your inventory gets stored. And then once your inventory is available to be sold, now you're going to be competing here on the listing with other sellers, okay? So obviously you have to have a selling account to get that, be able to sell and have that competition. But once your inventory is into Amazon, then you're kind of hitting the ball rolling and you're rocking and rolling, all right? Now, this keeps your business fully remote and it lets you source from anywhere. Like I said, I did this month right here while I was in Italy, in Europe. So to be able to run this business fully remote, you can't touch products and kind of get your hands dirty. And the prep center is the easy solution to that. So that way you don't have to do any of that work, and you just pay them per unit of per unit that you send into them. If you send them 10 units, you pay them $1 per unit, you pay them $10. You don't pay a lease fee or a warehouse fee or anything like that. So it's pretty much beginner friendly for anyone to start. All right. Now, make sure your prep center has a quick turnaround day. With Amazon, you want to make sure your inventory is getting in and out as quick as possible. And once products are sent to Amazon FBA, Amazon handles the rest: storage, shipping, and customer service. So that way, when you get a sale, all that happens is it gets processed into your Amazon selling account, then it gets paid into your bank account, and then you pay yourself off the top, and then you reinvest the rest of the profits or reinvest the money into inventory to grow a bigger and bigger catalog. Now, to find a prep center, it's very simple. You could say like Prep Center Montana. You literally just look it up into Google, right? If you're in the US, and even if you're anywhere, if you want to have a prep center in a particular state, Florida, Montana, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, whatever it may be, just look it up and you're going to see a ton of companies pop up here. Just email 3 or 4 of them or call them and ask them what their process is, what their price is per unit, and what the, how to work with them basically. Once you call those companies, you get a really good idea of how it is to work with a prep center. Then you'll have fulfillment taken care of, so that way you don't have to worry about fulfillment. So now we have kind of sourcing taken care of. We're focusing on, low return rate products. We're not chasing the trends. All we're doing is literally just looking here at the data, and then we're going to find a supplier, all right? And again, these suppliers could be anywhere. Like, if it's a industrial product, it's probably going to be, somewhere like Zora, right? Which is like a big industrial retailer in the US. And again, you don't have to have a business or a license or anything like that for any of this, all right? Now, let's talk about how to keep it going with the 1K a day, because we're not there yet. So replenish inventory while sourcing your new. So this is the system that actually builds momentum. So when you find good products like this and you buy them, you can't just focus on always finding new products and not focusing on the old ones. So if this is going to do really well for you, you want to make sure that you're in stock every single month. So that way you sell 30 units or 25 units every single month and you make that reoccurring profit. Because if you don't, then it's basically just going to waste all your hard work that you did to find this one product, which is actually a pretty simple process of doing. So if you do that and then you don't replenish it or you don't focus on replenishing it, well, now you just always have to constantly find new products. But that's why I recommend replenish this inventory while also sourcing new products. That kind of builds momentum and it builds a stronger catalog to get you there, okay? Also, every week, check the SKUs, basically the products that you're selling, that are selling the fastest, those are your money printers. Literally, the ones that do the best performance with you, double down on those and cut the fat out of the listings. We're going to talk about that again at the end. But now, reorder those before they go out of stock. Momentum is everything. So make sure that you're not just buying this inventory when it goes to zero. You want to buy it when you kind of calculate like how long it takes from your supplier to ship the product to the prep center, then the prep center to Amazon, then Amazon to be available to be sold, because it doesn't happen in one day. Maybe it takes 2 weeks, 10 days, 8 days, whatever it may be, but you have to have good timing, because if you sell 1 unit a day, you have to buy while you have 8 units left in stock or 10 units left in stock, somewhere around that number, right? So you kind of have to stay ahead of the curve now. Now, while reordering, spend each week sourcing 2 to 3 new products. I can't emphasize this enough, how important it is to continue to source products while your products are selling through. So it's like a stock. Those guys are doing work for you. You're finding new work. And as you continue to build a bigger and bigger catalog with 15, 20, or 30 products, now you're doing thousands of dollars in sales across the entire team, you can call it, right? So this balance keeps your income stable while still growing your catalog. Again, it keeps paying you out, growing the business, while the business keeps growing and your catalog keeps growing. So it's very, very crucial to do this. Now, I want to talk about this really quickly. When it comes to sourcing, because I mentioned it a few times, all you're doing is basically looking at these sellers here in the listing, which are all third-party sellers. Nebris Prime, Axion Supply, Professional Tech. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see. They're just regular third-party sellers like you and I, who are buying these products from any retailer in the world and then reselling it on Amazon for a higher price. And this is what 60% of Amazon business does, all right? Falcon Supply, Bahar Brothers, whatever it may be, you can click, once you have this software, you can actually click on these sellers' names. And what it's gonna show you is their entire catalog of all of the products that they sell. So the way to find new products is literally just looking at what other sellers are doing and finding what works, right? Once you look at, okay, wow, this sells really good a month, this has good competition, and I have to buy this product for $5, whatever it may be. Then you literally just go into Google, try to find the same product, and then you send the inventory into Amazon and rinse and repeat the process. It's as simple as that. And to continue the sourcing process, you go through all of the catalogs on the listing, all right? And then once you find new products, you then do the same process with those listings. Look at all the sellers, go through all the catalogs, and the flywheel never stops. It never ends once you get started with it, all right? Let's keep going. Now, get Rakuten and cash back for extra earnings. This is key. A lot of people don't know about this. So Rakuten is basically a software where once you turn the Chrome extension on, which is right here, you can see on my Google, Rakuten. Once you turn it on, these companies work with Rakuten to pay you back as a buyer, like 10%, 15%, 5%, whatever it may be, of the total amount of money you spent onto inventory, all right? And then when it comes to credit cards, literally many credit card companies give you 2% cash back, especially Capital One. Chase gives you like 1.5% on most cards. That's just adding extra earnings to your business, all right? So it's an easy way to make 5 to 10% on everything you buy and travel for free. I've literally been traveling for free for the past 3 or 4 years. I've earned over $30,000 in cash back, which I mentioned it here at the bottom. And it's a glitch. And to show you that, just so you know and give you a perspective on it, this is my Rakuten account itself. And you can see here, just on Rakuten alone, I've earned over $7,000 in lifetime cash back since 2022. Pretty cool, all right? Because that's just free money, basically. It's like an extra ROI on spending money on your business. So it's super worth it, okay? So always shop through Rakuten and cashback. When I say that, all you have to do is go on here in the Chrome extension, click on it, and then turn on, activate 10% cashback whenever you're on a website that actually allows it, which PetSmart, Walgreens, CVS, they all supply cashback. So if you don't click it, you're just losing thousands of dollars. All I did to make this $7,000 was click a button right here. Literally just click this button whenever I was on one of the opportunities that supplied it. And when I would buy inventory, I would click it and I'd get this free cash back. It's like one of the biggest glitches when it comes to Amazon. And then as far as credit card points, I've earned over $20,000 in credit card points with Chase, Amex, and Capital One. That's a massive benefit, okay? Like I mentioned here, Chase Inc., Amex Blue, really good cards for double rewards. Capital One has a few good ones as well. And it's kind of natural to scale it into your Amazon business with getting a credit card, so that way you can invest more money into inventory, okay? Over time, that's thousands per year in free travel or cash back. I've earned 30K in cash back, and it's only gonna continue to go up as I spend more money on inventory, so I get paid like double, okay? Now, cut the bad products, invest more into current. This is a massive one because, again, you're looking at your products like a team, and you wanna cut the fat at the bottom and invest more into the better ones. So the fastest way to hit 1K a day isn't always adding more, it's optimizing what you already have. So if you have good winners, Just make sure you cut the losers out and invest more money into the winners while sourcing more winners. So that way, over 6 months or 9 months, you have 10, 15, or 20 winners in your catalog, all right? And then you could slowly test new products, all right? Every month, cut the bottom 20% of your SKUs, low profit, return rate, or slow sellers. This is key. Again, if you have slow moving listings, just sell through the inventory and get out of that product. If you have high return rates, just sell through, whatever it may be. You want to focus on the good, all right? You don't have to necessarily cut 20%. I just put this here kind of like a baseline, but maybe cut 5%, 10%, whatever the worst products are, cut those out of your catalog and add new ones to the process, okay? Then reinvest that capital in your top seller and just buy deeper, okay? Now, that gives it kind of like a full perspective. I want to give you guys like one little tidbit before you go as well with the entire process of getting to 1K a day with Amazon. You might be asking like, wait, do I have to kind of slap my own label on these products? Do I have to make a trademark, buy from Alibaba? And the answer is no, no, no. Literally all you're doing is buying these products from everyday retailers by taking the product title, going here into Google, putting it into Google and seeing which supplier can potentially supply this product. You can see here, Lift Plus, Zoro, Discent Parts, Granger Industrial, Jackson Systems, and you have to obviously match the same model number or whatever the product number is. Try to get a discount on the product, buy it for 18 or 19 bucks, and continue to rinse and repeat the process until you get 5 or 10 or 15 products in your catalog, and then you're up to 1K a day in sales, which is probably like 6 or 7 or maybe 8K a day or 8K a month in profit, which is a pretty good business model considering you're never touching the product and never having to worry about doing any physical labor or anything like that. So that's how you scale to 1K a day with Amazon. Like I said, there's not many other ways I can put it. It's really black and white, right? Kind of what you were looking at. And obviously this Rakuten Pro tip here is just adding extra profit. This has nothing to do with making 1K a day. This is kind of just like an extra bonus that you get to walk yourself into by just getting into selling on this marketplace with Amazon. All right, so there we go. If you guys like this video, as always, please like and subscribe. I'm making these every other day for the rest of your life, and I'll be here for quite a while. I have a lot of cool videos coming up in Tokyo and Thailand and the Philippines and cinematic films and whatnot. So yeah, there we go. I'm making 1K a day with Amazon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.